Hi, my name is Rahul Pal and I head the fixed income at Mahindra Mutual Fund. Facts, they say, are sometimes stranger than fiction. What happened last month actually stretched beyond the realms of imagination. The US crude oil actually came into a negative territory with the buyer of the crude oil actually getting paid for holding it. This was quite unheard of in the entire history of financial markets. It was in fact a total outlier event. Domestically, we had an RBI which was into an action mode. The Reserve Bank of India cut the reverse repo rate by further 25 basis point to 3.75. It also announced a TLTRO2 which would mean support from the banking industry to the NBFCs. Thirdly, the RBI also announced a liquidity support for the mutual funds. This was to take into account the impact after a particular mutual fund had shut down its debt operations and had continued a winding up of its schemes. The liquidity continued to be extremely benign, and despite a Reserve Bank of India cutting the reverse repo rates, the banking system parked an amount in excess of rupees 7 lakh crore with the Reserve Bank of India. The TLTRO2, which was announced for the NBFCs, met with a limited success, and the liquidity support announced for the mutual funds to the extent of 50,000 crores was availed to the extent of 4,000 crores. So the interest rates, the GSEC remains broadly flat with a benign bias. The 5-year GSEC actually came off substantially, 50 to 60 basis points. The corporate bonds were a bit flattish, leading to a spread expansion. The money market rates continued to fall because of the adequate liquidity in the system. So where do we head from here on? We think GSEC continues to be a bias for safety and may be a very good tactical option for the near term. For a longer time, we still think corporate bonds, especially the AAAs, with the current spreads, would continue to perform better going ahead as the economy opens up and moves into a recovery mode. And since liquidity is adequate, we think short-term money market rates will remain extremely benign. I shift to the scheme strategies. Mahindra Low Duration Bachat Yojana. The scheme had an average maturity of close to 350 odd days. The YTM of the portfolio was close to 6.75. We would continue to maintain this average maturity also for some time in the future. Coming to Mahindra Ultra Short Term Yojana, the average maturity of the scheme was close to 170 days and the YTM was 6.45. We would follow a similar strategy of keeping an unchanged average maturity as we step into the future. Mahindra Credit Risk Yojana, the YTM was close to 9.80. The credit spreads continue to remain high, and the modified duration was close to 1.7. Well, Credit Risk Yojana, what we would prefer doing is to create a bit more liquidity so that if there are drawdowns in the fund, we are able to meet redemptions without impacting the scheme. Our hybrid schemes, we continue to maintain a modest duration of close to 3.5 in Mahindra Hybrid Yojana and Mahindra Dhan Sanchay Equity Savings Yojana. We have a marginal higher duration at close to 4. Across these schemes, we have a bias for corporates than GSEC at the moment. We may take some small tactical bets in GSEC, but largely our bias will be towards AAA corporates. Thank you for listening and stay safe. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.